Hi guys, this is Natasha from the Quincy Public Library. Today's video, we were going to do a simple string art craft. This was going to be our last Fast Through the Decade program for the 4th through 6th graders, but the library has decided to go to digital programs for our safety during this time of COVID. But we still want to be able to have you guys do this fun craft with us. So we will have craft kits in the children's department at the children's desk that you can pick up so you can do the craft with us, or you can buy the supplies and do it at home. When you come pick up the craft kit, you will get a piece of foam board. We bought this at Dollar Tree and just cut it down 10 by 10 to make a 10 by 10 square. You will get a piece of paper. You don't have to take our paper if you have paper at home. We just want to make sure we give you everything that you'll need. Then you'll get a baggie that has some string in it and a little baggie that will have these straight pins. Then at home, you're gonna need a pencil and either a compass to make your circle or an object like a coffee can or something that can make your circle. I am not good at freehand circles, so I used an old, like a paper plate, and I cut it down to get the proper size of the circle for my project. And we're going to make the circle on the piece of paper. So I have my nice paper plate, which apparently has a rip in it, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna make my circle. It's still not perfect, but it's better than if I were to draw it myself, and I don't have a compass at the library. Okay, so we're gonna cut out this piece of paper. And you're gonna wanna use the paper regardless how you make the circle, because we're going to fold this circle, and that's gonna give us the points in which we're going to put the pins on our foam board. Typically string art is made using wood and nails, which you can do, but we thought we would do it this way. Good for a practice. I've never done string art before, so. All right, so we're gonna take our circle that we cut out of the paper and we're gonna fold it in half 4 times. So, and get, kind of make those edges crisp so that way we can really see the lines when we need to. So we're gonna fold it in half again. So you run your thumbnail, let your finger along. So that's 2. 3, 4, and the reason that we're doing that is we're going to open this back up and we're gonna use those lines as a guide to where we are going to put our pins in our foam board to make the craft. This is the one that I made the other day to kind of practice. This is the idea that we're gonna do, and as you're doing this, think about how many pins you wanna skip. So this design, I skipped 2 pins, so I went around the circle twice. The more pins you skip, the more times you're gonna go around the circle. You're gonna open it back up, put it down on your foam board here, and then these lines that we created, these grooves, are where we're going to make the marks into our foam board to put our push pins. And full disclosure, I messed up earlier, so while filming, so I flipped my board over so I could redo this for you guys. Practice makes perfect, right? So as you see, I'm just following the lines that we have on the paper that we made from our fold and just making a little mark on the foam board. I kind of went a little big just so you guys can see better. You don't have to do it that big. It's just so you know where we're gonna stick those pins. Kind of speeding up to move this along, and I am moving my board around to make it easier. Just make sure you don't lose where your circle is. Okay. So as you see, we have those marks here. That is where we're going to put our push pins. Now, foam board the holes can get really big, which you don't want them to do. You want them to be tight. So you wanna make sure that when you're putting your pins down, you're gonna put them straight down and don't wiggle them around. Like just go straight down, because once you make the holes bigger, they come out really easily. In the craft kits that we provide you, you should definitely have enough. You should have 16 of these pins to go around your board. Don't know why I feel like I have more holes right now. Oops. Helps if I don't drop any. Make sure you have plenty of time to do this craft because I feel like I'm trying to hurry up and get this done, and that's where I keep messing up. So a little fun facts about string art is that it was actually created in the 19th century. It was the brainchild of Mary Everest Bull. She introduced it, she created this as a way to introduce mathematics to children. And so then it kind of came back in the late 1960s as a way to do art, to have cool art, and it is still very popular today with people of all ages. There are kits that you can buy online with like the wood and the nails. You can create your own. So there's lots of fun ways to do it. I like that we're starting with foam boards, so that way you kind of get a feel of it before you commit to the nail. Sorry, there's a knot in my string, so I'm gonna cut it off. Okay, so it's time to start. I hope you were thinking about how many pins you were going to skip. I'm going to skip 4. So to start, you are going to just kind of wrap your string around. Okay, you're gonna pull it through the bottom. We're not gonna pull it completely tight yet because we need to get it on our string. I always start on the bottom. It's just what works for me. And then you're gonna pull it tight on here. Okay, so this is our starting point. I'm gonna go ahead and snip this a little bit because we don't need it really long. Just be careful that we don't move that pin around. Okay, so when you're adding your string, you wanna make sure you're always going on the inside of the circle when you're wrapping that string around. So you don't wanna wrap it on the outside, you want it on the inside. So I decided to skip 4 pins. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna wrap it around this one. That's kind of cool. I did not do that on purpose, but it totally looked like it. All right, we're gonna skip 4 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna wrap it around this 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna wrap it around here, which is right next to where we started. All right, so we've gone around once. We're gonna keep going until we use all of the pins. Oops, and I usually try to keep my finger on top of the pin I'm wrapping around just so I don't wiggle it around. I did not have this much problems when I was doing this, not recording, so. Oh, I did it the wrong way. All right, down here. So I got my 4 in the middle. Try to hang on to it while we wrap it. All right, now it's next, keep going around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're right next to this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It also helps you, because I get kind of confused because there's stringer on this one, to keep my finger on it so I know that I'm starting from the right one when I'm counting my 4. It kind of makes it easy this go around because you just go right in front of the one that you already have, but I still like to make sure there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in between. Wrap it around. Again, I like to hold on to that pin a little bit just so I don't move it and make my hole bigger. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go right next to this one again. So I see it's on the inside of the circle. Oopsie. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our 5th one. We're gonna wrap it around. 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. So see the 4 in between. This is the one we just did. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go right here. But you see this design definitely looks different than the other one that we did. I think for fun later I might try to layer a 4 one on top of my 2 one just to see what it looks like. there. So it's nice, it's always in front of the one that you just did, which Miss Corrine pointed out to me when we did our first practice one. Okay, oops. Try not to get your string tangled like I think I just did. You guys should definitely have enough string. If you want to use your own yarn or thinner yarn, you can do that. It's right here. And we should be able to go around one more time, which would leave us, this is where it's really easy because it's the last pin. There's no, you just put it on the open pins. So keep counting if you want. Oh no, careful not to do that. Just pulled it too. All right, and then we are done. We got them all around. We can go back to that last 4 if we want, just to tie it off, so not at the last one, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And it ends where we began. So then you're going to, you know, cut off enough that you can make a comfortable tie, which just can be somewhat the tricky part because you don't want to let go. So just hang on to it. Gonna tie it off. And there is our beautiful string art skipping 4. So pretty easy peasy. I would love to see if you guys do this craft. Please post a picture in on the comments underneath this video so we can see how your string art came out. Again, you can come pick up these craft kits. We will have them all through the month of August while supplies last. We have quite a few, so I'm hoping we don't run out. Just come up to the children's desk and ask them for the supplies for the string art craft kit, and then you can just access the video and make your own. I can't wait to see what designs you guys do. Thanks for tuning in with me today. Hey guys, just a quick tip that I was thinking while we were discussing it. If you decide to do the 2 string, just skipping 2 pins, you will have to cut your string when you get back to the beginning. So see how I started here and I skipped 2, so you end right back at that spot. So if you're going to go around your circle again, you do have to cut your string and start at the next pin. If not, it'll just keep you looping around the same loop. But if you do anything other than the 2, you should be able to keep your string intact like we did with the 4 and just go around in the circle.